Hello, everyone. I am Daniel Cobble. I ran for U.S. Representative in District 3, Louisville, Kentucky, as a write-in candidate in the November 8, 2022 midterm general election. Today, I want to display the 11 liens, of which 8 of these liens are for removing federal officials from office, for processing and payment, and most important, for the restitution payment to each U.S. household. These liens were served on Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on December 5, 2022. I will read this December 5 introduction letter to you. These liens are issued on the September 20th, 2022 tort claim against Mitch McConnell, Jerome Powell, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, Anthony Fauci, Rochelle Walensky, Jeffery Sutton, Charles R. Simpson III, Andy Beshear, Charles Scharf, and Albert Bouria. These people have created crises that are threatening the sovereignty of the United States, including the fixable debt crisis that's threatening to collapse the U.S. economy. This is yet another video display of my work, necessary because big tech is pulling out all the stops to prevent this public record from reaching you, the people. I'm doing what I can to work around this problem. Okay? So here we go. Now let me pull this ladder to this intro ladder to Janet Yellen just for a moment here. I want to show you the web address for being able to get copies of these documents. And this is the Protect America Project -2, because I'm having problems with my original, the protectamericaproject.org website. So I'm having to implement a second website to facilitate this work. And this site has not been activated yet, but you should see it activated within a day or two. Okay, so now back to the letter, the intro letter, December 5 intro letter to Janet Yellen. This letter is notarized, as you can see here, and it was sent on December 5th by certified mail. Here's the certified number here. And Janet Yellen is the Secretary of the U.S. Treasury. Okay, and this letter regards 8 invoices for payment on liens. These invoices and liens are attached. The liens are for the removal of officials for refusing to reverse crisis, and restitution paid to U.S. citizens will return affordability to the U.S. Okay, so I'm going to read the body of the letter. Dear Secretary Yellen, due to the U.S. court system inoperable for the masses, attached are 11 liens issued on my September 20th, 2022 administrative tort claim for the Federal Reserve and Wall Street to pay restitution to U.S. households. These liens require removing officials from office for refusing to reverse the policies causing crises that threaten U.S. sovereignty. Please pay the 8 invoices with liens totaling $800,000. The other 3 liens are for your ready reference to Pfizer Incorporated, Wells Fargo Bank, and Kentucky Department of Revenue. On page 1 of the enclosed 19-page tort claim, see the 6-point restitution to U.S. households. Next paragraph. Restitution for the Fed's 3 antitrust violations since 1999 that has stolen U.S. prosperity and thus causing social degradation leading to economic collapse. The violations create a Ponzi-like fraud that generates unpayable circular debt that takes well over 50% of federal tax revenues. The result is the Fed banking cabal in Wall Street corporations holding at least $1.2 quadrillion in derivative contracts alone. This conservative estimate is based on the 2019 report by Bank of International Standards. So there's no way in hell that U.S. citizens owe $31 trillion in debt. 1,000 times 1 trillion equals $1 quadrillion. See attachment 1 in the tort claim showing improper distribution of Fed dollars. The tortfeasors, the offenders, including Governor Andy Beshear, do not dispute these facts, wherefore restitution and payment on the liens are due. This transfer of wealth fraud requires continuing increases in taxes and fees at all levels of government to subsidize, compensate for the trillions taken each year from the commercial sector. Visa Biden is accelerating collapse with non-appropriated spending. To make matters worse, the feasors admit the cashless society is illegal but want to implement it anyway. Here, collapse may occur by foreign populations dropping the dollar. Ultimately, this strain on taxation will force citizens into civil war, the same cause leading to the American Revolution, while Wall Street is swimming in deep cash. By reversing the 3 violations, will restore the U.S. tax base, and the 6-point restitution will return affordability to American life. And whereby Secretary Yellen, please process the attached transmittal sheet. Sincerely signed by yours truly, Daniel Cobble. Okay, and so there you have the reading of this intro letter to Janet Yellen, the Secretary of the Treasury Yellen. This is the transmittal sheet right here, okay? And this package is also sent to the U.S. Attorney General, attention, Merrick Garland, for processing. And the transmittal lists the 11 liens and the 8 from 1 through 8 that's to be processed by Secretary Yellen. In each line, the invoice number with the amount that is claimed in the lien, $100,000, in the lien number and against the fees of the offender. And on line 1 here, we have Anthony Fauci. Line 2 is Rochelle Walensky, Jerome Powell, Jeffery Sutton, Mitch McConnell, Joseph Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and Charles R. Simpson III. Okay, the reference liens, as noted in the ladder, the intro ladder, are Andy Beshear, Albert Bouria, and Charles Scharf. Okay, in the reference, page 1 of the claim is restitution from Wall Street. Is restitution from Wall Street in the Fed for payment to U.S. households, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment. Okay, the other enclosure to the Janet Yellen and Attorney General Garland is the September 20th, 2022 tort claim that was identified in the letter. Other references are the Protect America Project-2.org and the Protect America Project.org. And this is the end of the transmittal sheet. Okay. This is page 1 of the tort claim itself, the September 20th, 2022 tort claim. And here is the 6-point damages for restitution to U.S. citizens in this block right from the beginning, and from items 1 through 6. And I won't go into it. You can get this. You can read this for yourselves. You can see what it is. We don't have time to go through everything throughout the tort claim, but this is the first page. And then this right here is the second page, okay? And it lists the contents. These from A through D are the issues, the issues that are being claimed, including D, refusal to repair the U.S. Postal Service, okay? And then page 3 is right here, okay? And it has the list of attachments right here. And then this is page 4. These are the 3 antitrust violations right here. To reinstate the Glass-Steagall Act of 1933, reinstate the competitively higher prime interest rate. The prime interest rate is already being raised, but we need a permanent policy and law on the prime interest rate to prevent officials from messing around with it again and causing these crises that that we've been dealing with over the past years. In violation 3 is to stop the illegal loans to investment bankers. But you can study this whole document for yourselves, by downloading a copy of it. Okay, this is attachment 1 in the tort claim. In figure 1 up, this illustrates what is being done to us. The 3 antitrust violations are sending these trillions every year over to the financial sector illegally. But figure 2 shows that, and this is the way it was in 1999 and before, our money issued by the Federal Reserve goes into the commercial sector through the commercial banks, so that everybody competes pretty much equally for the dollars. And this is where we have American free enterprise. The strength of the U.S. economic system that is the basis of the economics for the whole world. And right here is the we have with the transfer of wealth here. They've created wholesale capitalism where trillions is sent over to the financial sector each year, and these people have become barons by buying up property everywhere, causing the prices to go up and making life unaffordable in America. Okay, and so there's other key characteristics here, okay, that you when you get this, you want to study it carefully. And over to the left column here are other of the critical effects that have been caused by this problem, by these three antitrust violations causing the transfer of wealth to Wall Street corporations. Okay, and then attachment 2 here is the taxpayers' balance sheet based on 2018. This is the Federal Reserve, the taxpayers' annual taxes paid to the Federal Reserve debt. Now very quickly here, in 2018 we brought in over $6 trillion in taxes and fees. These are real dollars from taxpayers, fees and taxes paid. And then in item 5 here, over $3 trillion of that was paid to the debt. And these are conservative numbers, okay? And then so $3 trillion went to the debt. The other $3 trillion in line 8 here was paid to the budget. But since that still was not enough, we still had to borrow to make ends meet for the budget. And so this is what is creating the circular debt. No matter how much we pay into it, it continues to grow. And so that in itself makes this illegal, but we have to make the case. Mitch McConnell in Congress and nobody else is making the case. Okay, now this is the lien on Mitch McConnell, and each of the liens are configured the same way. This notice here is how these liens are served. Okay, this is the identification of the lien here in this caption here. And the debtor is identified in the secured party, the person that is owed. That is me, Daniel Cobble, that is identified. And down here on item 4 is this is a general description of the circumstances that brought about the lien. Okay, and each of this financing statement of collateral is worded differently per the lien holder. I mean, per the offender, and so to get a gist of what's behind the lien regarding the feeser, then you have to read this right here, and then down here at the bottom, the optional file of references is other general information that's related to the lien in the situation at large. Okay, so there we have the one on Mitch McConnell. This is the lien on Jerome Powell. He's the chairman of the Federal Reserve, the U.S. Federal Reserve. Okay, this is Joseph Biden, the President of the United States. Okay, this is Nancy Pelosi. Okay, everybody knows who she is. Down here at the bottom it says fraud against the United States began in 1999. Feasers are planning cashless society to paralyze the U.S. citizenry. Okay, And Anthony Fauci, okay, does his lien. Okay, and down here at the bottom it says promoting only COVID vaccines with their limitations of keeping the disease endemic prevalent in the U.S. Okay, and then this is Rochelle Walensky. Okay, she's the director of the CDC. Okay, this is Jeffery Sutton. He is the Chief Judge of the U.S. Court of Appeals. Okay, this is the lien on Charles Simpson. Down here, his full name is Charles R. Simpson III. He's the senior judge at the federal court in Louisville, Kentucky. Okay, him and Chief Judge Sutton were refusing to process the civil cases that led to, which is what led to the tort claim. And here is the lien on Governor Andy Beshear. Okay, and Governor Beshear went along with all these illegal policies and acts, okay, that is causing the crisis, the various crises that we're dealing with, including the COVID crisis, okay. And this is the lien on Albert Bouria, Albert Bouria. He's the CEO of Pfizer Incorporated, acting against U.S. sovereignty, creating crisis against U.S. sovereignty. He represents the companies that brought on the vaccine as the only treatment for COVID, when the many other doctors that brought other fundamental treatments for treating COVID that would have prevented the many deaths if the other treatments were allowed. Okay, and this is the lien on Charles Scharf. He is the CEO of Wells Fargo and Company. The Wells Fargo Bank is representative of the banking cabal of the Federal Reserve that has created the debt crisis that is causing all of the problems that we have. And we must understand something very fundamental about the Federal Reserve, is that it only exists to create debt. Okay, when you look at the 31 trillion that keeps growing and is not decreasing no matter how much we pay, then understand that is its function, to create debt. And for that purpose, the Federal Reserve is not viable. It's not a viable function of the U.S. economy. We must get rid of it, replace it with the Office of Commercial Contracts within the Department of Treasury. Okay, and here are the mail receipts. Okay, copies of the mail receipts by certified mail and certificate of mailing to the U.S. Attorney General. Okay, and this is the mail receipt regarding Janet Yellen and regarding the Kentucky Department of Revenue here. And this is the mail receipt regarding the lien sent to Wells Fargo Bank and Pfizer Incorporated. And I'll be right back. I got one more thing to show you. Okay, this is the petition letter that is included with the when you go to the website, you'll see this petition letter that will be available. And certainly, I hope that you all utilize this and respond to it to help us get these matters resolved. At the top of the petition letter regarding the revoting of the Kentucky elections, the elections in Kentucky, and you can read about this in the on the website. Okay, and down here at the bottom are the many petition letters regarding the tort claim here. Sent to Janet Yellen. Okay, this mini petition here, the persons I support the September 20th, 2022 tort claim for restitution to U.S. households, including reversing the 3 antitrust violations causing the debt crisis, collapsing the economy. And then this one right here is I support replacing the Federal Reserve with the Office of Commercial Contracts, the OCC, within the U.S. Department of Treasury. Okay, folks, and these are the documents that I wanted you to see. Okay, and again, I hope that you all do your due diligence in supporting them and responding so that we can end the these manufactured crises that have been pushed upon us. Okay, and so this presentation is over, and I hope that you at least found it interesting, to say the very least. So we'll see you out there. Take care.